Okay, well, haven't been that productive today or yesterday. Came down with a bit of a cold. And I've been whining and sniveling ever since. What do we got here? I'm just finishing up this hillside, these hills with, I'm kind of playing with it actually. Ultramarine blue. Let me add a little yellow ochre to that. I want it to differentiate from the sky. And I think I'm too high a value. Let's just see. Okay, let's just start with that. This black line that I'm painting over, it's kind of fresh paint, so it appears pretty strong, but it'll lighten up when it dries. Might want a hint of distant hill there. That's okay. Yeah, it's on the edge of the painting. I don't think that's too important. I don't worry too much about it. And if it needs a little adjustment, I can do that later. But that's not what I'm really showing you. I just zoomed in on the final strokes just to be a nuisance. Okay, let me back up. Let me back up. And square the camera off. So that you can see what's happened. What's happened? You can see what I've done. I think I want to reintroduce a bit of a dark line there, just because I have enough of them here, you know, where the land meets the sky. So we'll do that at some point. Maybe I'll just do that right now. Not too thick. Just using a bit of raw umber and ultramarine blue. Oh, sorry, I'm not speaking loud enough. There, a bit of raw umber and some ultramarine blue to reinstitute that line. I think that's fine. Okay, so I guess I'll poke my head in here. So since the last video, you can see that the sky now looks less like a study and more like a painting. I refined a few things, smoothed things off a little bit, and as I said, I went more with the horizontal strokes, but I still have the shape of the light heading off in this direction, right? So I think that works. Very distant hills. nothing is really catching light yet. You know, these hills have become the hills of a more arid region now than I originally intended. My inspiration for this view is local scenery, and it's quite wet where I live, but I don't have to go. I don't have to travel that far to get into drier, grassier areas. You know, and you have a bit of this where you have a little bit of rock showing, short grass, and then you have some different types of ground cover, some conifers and some deciduous trees and what have you. So all I've done is try to now that this was quite muted, is try to bring some flow into it, and just make designs within designs. You know, I've been using, with the exception of the ultramarine blue here, I have used only cobalt blue, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, touches of raw umber here and there, and yellow ochre, did I say that? And white. So not a lot. You know, it's all muted, and yes, the whole thing looks really dull and really boring right now. Good, good, because that's what's going to make this go bang. This is going to pop. This is going to be loud. It's going to be a nuisance. It's going to sound like a party outside your bedroom window at 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, maybe not. But nonetheless, you know what I mean. It's about the contrast. So all I really have here, the idea is really field going back. You know, we're on a river delta, so it's all very, very flat. And that's not going to catch a lot of light. But as soon as we hit this cabin and the foreground and this fence and the pole and the lean-to, this is going to catch a lot of light. It's going to become very intense, you know, as well as the grass across here, which I'll dumb down again as I go down to the right. But, you know, we have this whole sort of, this sort of thing going on. And I like that. It's sort of two parallel lines, not quite the same, but they sort of mirror each other. You know, I think that helps with a good design. It helps to frame this cabin. I did not want the light of the sky against the cabin, because if I have a dark background against that cabin, again, it'll make it pop, right? But that's all I've gotten done so far. Might do a little more tonight. I got a cold, so like I said, I just started whining and crying and sucking my thumb and what have you, doing a lot of laying around. But I did at least get some work done today. And if I get more work done today, then I'll show you tomorrow. But I really don't think that's going to happen. I'm taking the weekend off. Hope you're having a good weekend. Thanks for watching.